Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chun. Let's get into Seeking Sister Wife. Let's go. So Garrick and Danielle are back from Cancun. Natalia is in Brazil. They are gathering with her family and they have let them know that he has proposed. They have so many questions, right? Does she have her own money? Is she going to live here? He said that he doesn't know where she's going to live because she's a lawyer in Brazil. So they've got to figure that out. Plus, they've got to get the visa situation worked out. Is it going to be a K-1 visa? Is it going to be a marriage visa? They asked him, like, well, if it's not a money thing, have y'all thought about a prenup? Like what happened with Roberta? They're sitting there like, you know what? That's a really good idea. He's sitting here telling God is leading me in this direction. So, Garrick, you got to keep God out of this. So we're back with the Davis family. In April, Danielle and Jennifer, the girls are doing a bonding experience. They're going to a smash room because they feel like since Danielle is back, the one that's standing next to Nick, because she left because April was trying to get her to date other women to bring into the group. It was like, we just need to get together and strengthen our bond with each other. So they smash things, they have a conversation, and, April wants to bring somebody else in, but she's scared that Danielle will leave again. But they feel like this is going to help Danielle with her communication. Child, these two need to stop. They don't need to do this, right? Nyla is the one that got this ball rolling. He has just picked it up and he's going with it, right? She has rules anyway. They meet this young girl, Alexis, and they go to like a wine tasting situation. Alexis comes in with the little shorts on, a little shirt. She's like 25, 26. First of all, they don't like what she has on. Naim says she's dressed inappropriately for this environment. Sir, Nyla's not too keen on Alexis because she says she's a little too young. But I think she's feeling a certain way because she's young, right? So they get to talking. Alexis says she likes wine that tastes like apple juice. And when she was tasting the wine, she was like, ooh, that tastes like fruit snacks. Naim was like, fruit snacks? That made him feel like a grandpa, and he should have. So Naim is saying that, they may need someone a little bit more mature, right? So he gets up and he excuses himself. So the ladies are talking. So Nyla is like laying down the ground rules. And she's like, we don't do any one-on-one dates right off because, we all have to date, to be together to see how we gel. Alexa said, well, I don't understand that. I don't see why we don't do one-on-one dates. Like, wouldn't that help me get to know him better? She didn't like that at all. These two right here, they in it to win it. They are real polygamous couple. This is what they live and breathe. Last week, they went over to Stephanie's, a 12-hour drive. Stephanie told Becky on the steps, first of all, what are you doing here? Because Stephanie had called and said she wanted Justin back. And she wanted to be back into the circle. So then she called and said, no, don't come back. Because she's with Greg. That's what she told Becky. And Greg said, if you're going to be with them, you can't be with me. So she has chosen Greg. Child, she just sent them back home on a 12-hour drive. She is crying. He is devastated. He said his younger self would have punched his windows out. He is angry because he said he loves Stephanie. And I believe he loves Stephanie a little bit more than he loved Becky. They don't know what they're going to do, but they said they got to get back into it. Right now, he's gone to the gym. He said that's the best thing he can do. He needs to work out. So April is back here talking to Danielle because April doesn't feel real secure about Danielle and dating again. Like, Danielle is 26, maybe 27 now, right? She's trying to get everything situated with just this group. A new baby, 2 wives, and a man. Now you want me to bring another woman in? Like, she's just not comfortable, but April's like, we're going to have to do it. Like, we're going to have to communicate. We're going to have to talk. We'll take it slow. So eventually she said that she's ready, but they are scared that she may leave again. But Nick is going to talk to her next week. I don't know why they keep pushing it. Like, how many more people can get in that bed? Child, so Naim comes back to the table, right? And, they were talking about one-on-one dating. Alexis was like, I think this is how it should go. So after Nyla had given Alexis what she thought, Alexis said, I'm just gonna ask Naim what he thinks. So what do you think about one-on-one dating? This sent her into orbit because she's like, how dare you be this disrespectful? I told you what the ground rules are. You think it's gonna change because you asked him? I'm the one who got this going. So then when she asked Naim what did he think about one-on-one, he said, you know what? No, not right off. We need to get to know each other as a group. She was like, oh, okay. Child, he started kicking Nyla under the table because he was ready to go, right? Eventually, Alexis got up. He said, nope, she's too young. This is not going to work. We just got to keep going. I think they just need to stop. Garrick had gone bike riding with his friend, right? And he was telling him how he met Natalia. He's going to Brazil. His friend is like thinking like, that's really wild. But then his friend asked a question that needed to be asked. He was like, what about Danielle? Because you do understand that you're leaving her to go to be with this woman. I feel like Garrick is taking Danielle for granted because he feels like Danielle is in this. She knows what it is. She's going to be here when I get back. And he's not being sensitive to her needs at all. Child, so they done been back from Cancun for about a month. Danielle is livid. She said that Natalia is not communicating with her. She had texted her. It's been 2 hours. Within that 2 hours, Natalia has texted Garrick. So this makes Danielle very uneasy because it's like she's not trying to communicate with me and it feels like she's trying to take Garrick away from me. She can't even say she's trying to take my husband because Garrick has divorced her so he could gather these other women. Now Garrick is over here trying to make excuses for Natalia not calling her. And then he said that he's going to be in Brazil longer than expected. He's going to be there for about a month because he's going to marry her. He's going to figure out what kind of visa. He wants to get her back to the U.S. on a marriage visa. And Danielle is a little scared. She feels like he may not come back. Or if he comes back, she's not going to be there anymore because that's how Natalia wants it. She feels like Natalia is taking her husband. But next week, Danielle said it's going to be some ground rules laid. So I can't wait to see what happens. It's your girl, Millie Chun. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.